Hey, so today I wanted to do more cross-curricular um, media, I guess. I don't know. Just talking about uh, essentially the Philosopher King, but through the lens of One Piece, and adding it to that greater canon of like the Matrix or even just the small baby plot line that didn't get fleshed out, and why everybody feels unfulfilled in uh, King, who ends up winning the thrones, the Game of Thrones, right? I'll leave that as that for people that haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, in general, I think that One Piece is a fantastic example, a brilliant example in my life that I've always kept close and near and dear, uh, about what it really means to be free, right? And that's essentially what the philosopher, uh, yeah, the philosopher king's journey, right? I guess I should have said the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, right, as the first canon item there, but well, not even the first canon item, but one of the best ones, right? But not everybody goes and reads that. I haven't read the whole thing. Too too zoned out, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's meditative reading anyway. Maybe it's a book I'll read my entire life. Who knows? Anyway, uh, the whole idea, essentially, right, is just to do. That's it. Because life really is that simple. If you just lay down everything else, right? I was watching something about the Tibetan Book of the Dead yesterday, right? And they were talking about how there really is just one rule you need to keep to, and then everything else kind of falls in place. It's just that whenever you fall into ignoring that rule, uh, you end up finding a lot more, right? And then you end up wanting answers to that. And so there are answers to it, right? But it's unnecessary. But it's part of life, so I think it kind of is necessary. But if you'd like to live or see the grand example of how it is that you just live, right? Look no further than young Straw Hat Luffy, Pirate King to be, also known as Philosopher King in my eyes, right? But the man just wants to be free, and he's a simple fella, a simple rubber man, bounces back from anything. Uh, but yeah, he just chose what he wanted to do when he was young, and he's done it. He just keeps going. He just keeps going. He's like, hey, I want to do this, and no one's shaking him, right? And he's not looking to be shaken. He's looking to do it or die. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about, right? Uh, so many times you can get caught up missing that point, fearing different things, fearing death. It's like you don't need to fear death. Half the time you don't even want to be here. Half the time you don't even want to be here. Uh, it's only because you're not doing the things that you're happy about, right? So, if you're doing something you're happy about, everything else falls into place. If you understand that all things are as they should be, everything's fine, right? Um, that's kind of the main takeaway I wanted to give in this little video about Luffy and my thoughts on him and the way that he is uh, adding that into the whole space of the earth-shattering way that people like to present the philosopher's journey, but it really is a lot simpler than that, at least in action. And that's kind of what the whole story of One Piece really is. It's just the action of it, right? Oda does a great job, man. Goda does a great job of H.O. Oda, the writer. He builds a world, and he builds all that spectacle. He builds the Matrix, if you want to connect it back to that. Uh, and you can get lost in it if you do, if you want, but that's not really the point. And it's funny because that's sometimes people's main criticism of the series. They're like, oh, it's world building, but is it really world building or is it character building? And it's like, yeah, it's mostly character building because the point isn't to get lost in the matrix. The whole point is to see the actions of these people that you can likely see parts of yourself in, right? I mean, I feel like that's the whole Straw Hat Crew. Whole Straw Hat Crew is just different aspects of um, being really just being. Yeah, I think it's Oda's sharing his interpretation of the world and how he sees things and how he sees our emotions, how he sees our personalities and ways. And yeah, he shows that like it really is just deciding what you want to do and helping people, right? Helping people do what they want to do, and then doing what you want to do, right? You don't have to worry about much else. Um, yeah, so I think that's, at the end of the day, that's um, the real way that the philosopher journey ends up going. Is that yes, you can realize all that there is, and yes, you can realize that all that there is isn't fake. Yes, you can break all these things and you can put them back together only to break them down again, and just to know that you have that and understand that it's all part of the good fun of it. I think it's just another pathway to have fun in this world, right? But at the end of the day, you're just here to do, just be, just exist, and enjoy every moment of it. And it may look simple, it may look like a simple life, it may look really, really dumb, you know? That's half the jokes of One Piece is just making Luffy to look like an idiot constantly, and look like he doesn't know what he's doing. Look what, have people laugh at him, have people do all the different things, and Luffy never cares. He never cares, because he's focused and he knows what he's about. He knows what his life is about. And it's because he never second guessed himself, right? I don't think. I mean, people might be able to argue that he never took that capacity to second guess himself. But I think that everybody can do that, right? That's not really a virtue. I think that's just a thing we do. So, yeah, Luffy just knew since the beginning that he wanted to be free, and I think to a greater extent, I think that he knew that he wanted. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted everybody to have what they wanted. Maybe he just wants everybody to be able to have what what would he call would be happiness, right? Which is just all the meat in the world, right? I can't connect to that being, but but maybe that's what truly drives him in that matter. You know, if you look at what's happening in the current arc, a lot of starving people. Luffy is really touched by that. So anyway, yeah, I think that's all. That's all I wanted to say on it. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you took something away from this. I hope that you can take this idea of what the Philosopher King really is and apply it to like all of the cool, much more in depth and much more analyzing and giving you all the creative expression that you're looking for whenever you look into these deep facets of suffering. But at the end of the day, just do and follow that one Buddhist thing that I never actually told you guys, but I hope you understood by now, right? But it's just understanding that everything is as it's supposed to be. There's greater things at work than you can ever completely know. So as long as you know that things are working as they're supposed to be, and you don't ignore that fact, you keep it with you, it can give you the peace to continue on living in peace and moving forward and just doing, right? And making decisions as they come up on different situations as they come up. Yeah. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. I love you guys. Bye bye. See ya.